With regards to reply to question Cocta 122, could the MEC please indicate, 1, has the assessment been completed of the building, the SAMI building in Ekurhuleni? 2, if yes, can you now please answer the original question? And 3, if not, by which date will the assessment be finalised? Thank you.
I should have worn flat shoes. Yeah, thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, and to Member Waters. Just to note that this question falls within the ambit and responsibility of the City of Ekurhuleni. The response is as received from the City of Ekurhuleni. With regard to the renovation of the SAME building in the City of Ekurhuleni, the original budget was estimated cost project in 2014, and this was by the Office Accommodation Committee within the Division of Property Management, was for the amount of 283 million. The budget allocation for construction in December 2017-18 financial year was for the amount of 119 million, and this excluded the 5% DBSA management fee. The consultant's professional fee was for an amount of 25 million rand, and this was priced against the BOQ of 119 million. The fees are gazetted and they give the prescription that they used. So therefore, the total original budget was 144 million rand, excluding the 5% DBSA management fee on the construction value. The response to the second part of the question is that the total expenditure records per Finance Department for the period 2017-18 was for the amount of 52 million. For the period 2018-19 was for 59 million, and period 2019-20 was for the amount of 7 million. 2020-2021 was for 43 million. For the period 2022 was 47 million rand, and for the period 2022-23 was for 46 million rand, and the total expenditure across the financial years amounted to 254 million rand. The response to the third part of the question, what were the reasons for the additional amounts in each case? According to the City, the appointment of the Development Bank of South Africa, DBSA, as principal agents, the site works were ongoing with the appointed contractor and the consultant. The COVID-19 hampered progress on site, and access and prices to material was limited, resulting in higher than normal prices for, in particular, steel. City of Ekurhuleni terminated the DBSA contract, and the site work was incomplete as per the contract data and specifications at the end of the contract by the end of the financial year. A legal battle ensued between the DBSA and the City of Ekurhuleni, and this conditioned a limited access to site. The extended contract of consulting team, who was LTE Consulting, then ended on the 14th of December 2019. The appointment of a new consultant, SNAP Consortium, from the panel in Ekurhuleni PS EPMO 0820192056, and the contractor from the panel, who was Anita Building Contractors, both in November 2020, with contractors panel expiring June 2021, the site on work resumed. The contractor with the contract expired, when the contract expired in June 2021, they were reappointed on the panel, and they give the panel details in February 2022. The site works were ongoing at the end of the financial year with the appointed contractor and consultant. This contract expired on the 30th of June 2022. With every new contract to the project, final accounts from the previous contract have to be drawn up and snagging of works completed, either by the new contractor in case of a legal battle or completed by the contractor before a new contractor can resume with works. With every change of consultants attracts a design review in order to effect professional indemnity cover. This has a cost and time implication, and the change of either the contractor or consultant will be based on tendered rates, which is often higher than the previously appointed service providers. The response to the fourth part of the question, whether any payments were made were unauthorized or fraudulent, no. The last part is also no. Then who authorized the payments and what action doesn't apply? What tender process was followed in approving the successful bidder? The response is as follows. The principal contractor was DBSA. The consultant, SNAP Consulting, was appointed onto the Real Estate Department's panel of the technical resource teams after successful tender process. As TRT, Technical Resource Team, the consultant responded to a service request order or a request for quotation that is based on the same rates used at the tender stage of the same panel. The consultant, Lesedi Technical Engineering Consulting, was appointed onto the Real Estate Department's panel of TRTs after a successful tender process. As a TRT, the consultant responded to a service request order or a request for quotation that is based on the same rates used at the tender stage of the panel. The consultant, Snap Consulting, was appointed onto the EPMO after a successful tender process. As a TRT, the consultant responded to a service request order or request for quotation that is based on the same rates used at the tender stage of the TRT panel. The consultant, ARC Core Architects, was appointed to the Real Estate Department's panel and technical resource teams after a successful tender process. As a TRT, the consultant responded to a service request order that is based on the same rates used at the tender stage of the TRT panel. And then Anita FMI Contractors was appointed through the supply chain management process, contractor panel process. Which other bids were received and for what amount? I think it's contained in the detail that I provided. And this is signed by the acting EM, EM, thanks.